In the past, we've ranked Pokemon based on which deadly sin they represent, their perceived net worth, and whether or not they could survive a nuclear explosion. And now we're back to answer yet another question that nobody has ever asked.
And that is, which Gen 2 Pokemon could you beat in a fight?
Shannon, just real quick, could you fight a Chikorita?
Physically? Yes. Emotionally? No. I love Chikorita. It would pain me.
It would, but the physical side, you're like, I can get him right in the chops. He'd be fine.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, yes, I could win a fight against a Chikorita. It's basically a Chihuahua with leaves instead of teeth, and I use my teeth to bite leaves.
Wow, so healthy.
Bayleaf is a bit bigger though, so I'm not too sure about this one.
I mean, realistically, if you could get close enough to yank out one of the flower buds on its neck, it would probably just deflate like an air mattress.
Do you think Bayleaf is empty inside?
I mean, take one look at those eyes and tell me otherwise.
Okay. But I think we can both agree that Meganium would absolutely wipe the floor with us.
Oh, definitely. Especially after it sees what we've just done to its children.
Bayleaf, why are you so flat? What happened?
I birthed a nice round boy. What happened to you?
Did I sit on him again? Oh, God. What about Cyndaquil?
So my first thought is no, because, I mean, half of him is just fire. But his eyes are closed, so you could walk straight up to him and just punt him like a football.
Okay. Well, that strategy doesn't work with Quilava, so he goes into unlikely. And Typhlosion...
Oh, you're so dead.
Oh, well, yeah, I wasn't even going to question it. He doesn't even use the fire. He just grabbed both my arms and ripped me in half like a pair of jeans.
That's definitely why he doesn't have the fire in his 3D model. He just doesn't need it.
Okay, Totodile is a maybe, and Croconaw is probably not. I mean, look at them chompers. Don't put anything near these guys that you aren't afraid to lose.
What did you think I was going to use against them?
I don't know, man. I don't know how you fight. I just know that anything you swing at them has a good chance of getting bitten off.
Yeah, and there's not a person alive who could take down a Feraligatr in hand-to-hand combat.
Steve Irwin.
Shannon, we said alive.
Oh, right. Sorry. Sentret?
Yes, 100% yes. It literally has a target on its belly. Kick here. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't even need to put a kick me sign on the back because it's just going to confuse people. Okay, Furt's a little bigger, but I mean, look how stubby its limbs are. It would have to be breathing down your neck in order to hit you.
Yeah, and I don't think it has teeth either, so it can't even bite you, it just gum you.
Alright, I'm going to put it in probably, just in case.
Hoot hoot. Every time I see a round Pokemon, I think, kick it. It's a ball. Kick it.
Well, it's a flying type, so good luck with that.
No, look at his little foot. He's set up like a golf ball on one of the tees. We just got to bring a 9-iron to the fight and we're good.
Okay, so Hoot Hoot is a probably, but Noctowl is definitely a hard no.
Why?
It's fucking flying, Peter. It's zipping around in the sky. What are you supposed to do about that?
Well, it's got to come down to fight me, Shannon. I assume when it gets on land, I'll be able to take care of it.
Well, it's not going to touch land. It's going to zoom at your head. Have you ever been attacked by seagulls, Peter?
Yes.
Imagine that, but worse.
Oh no. Just covered in bread.
It's not even after the bread, it's after your eyeballs.
No, the bread's for protection. I get it real crispy. Ladybug.
Drinking water, Peter. Give me time. But absolutely, yes.
I don't think we need to explain this one. Throw Ladian up there as well.
Ladian is 4 feet tall, Peter.
Yeah, and so's my nephew Martin, but I could definitely take him in a fight.
Does Martin have 4 arms?
Does Ladian have an attack stat higher than a Wurmple?
Spinarak? Probably. Ariados? No.
You want to go a little deeper and explain your reasoning on that one?
No, I don't want to think about having to fight spiders any more than I have to.
But anthropomorphic crocodiles are totally cool, hey?
Yes, because anthropomorphic crocodiles don't exist, and I can't find them hiding in my bed.
You can't even pronounce them, sure.
I think I just described somebody's fantasy.
Crobat's a very easy no for me. I don't know about you, Shannon, but a giant bat that whips around in the dark and can drain your blood in, like, the blink of an eye? No thanks.
Yeah, I think that's worse than the spiders.
You know what, if we just bring him and let him fight the spiders, then we can go fight Ladybug.
Peter, you're just inventing Pokemon fights.
Pokemon fights, but there's a human present who is also throwing hands.
Yeah, that's just having a double battle with Mr. Mime. So for water Pokemon, are we fighting on land or in water? Because I can't swim, so if we're on their turf, even a dead Magikarp beats me.
Well, we'll go by the game logic, where we're both just kind of floating there in front of each other above the water.
Alright, so I don't think we can take Chinchou or Lantern. They would zap us before we even got close.
Good thing I'm wearing my rubber boots and slickers.
Good thing I'm wearing my rubber underwear.
Good thing I brought my mech suit. Alright, but I'm making the executive decision that every baby Pokemon gets absolutely creamed. They can barely stand, let alone fight.
Yeah, and Togetic is also a yes because it's innocent like a baby. It wouldn't even see that first punch coming.
Disclaimer. DeliciousSJames does not condone violence against babies.
Unless they started it.
Yeah, unless they're a dick. No, not even then.
But maybe then. Natu
Ball, kick.
and Xatu?
Zatu's whole thing is that it can see the future, so it already knows every move we're gonna make.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it can do anything about it. I'm pretty sure Xatu just sits there motionless. It's like fighting a punching bag.
So what you're saying is he sees the future and goes, alright, I guess I'm fine with this.
Hey, it's like, yeah, it could be worse.
I could have died like a soccer ball. I think it might be unlikely we could beat a Mareep, because just touching it is enough to cause painful shocks.
Yeah. Honestly, we stand a better chance against Flaffy because, I mean, at least it has those rubbery patches of skin we can aim for.
But a big no to Ampharos.
Oh yeah, that's not even a question.
Look at those dead eyes. He's killed many men.
Even his own eyes.
He took those out as an intimidation tactic.
Alright, what about Blossom?
It's a 1 foot tall dancing flower. We shall dance upon its grave.
Using its own moves.
Just the worst. You'll be like, that's not how you do that.
Then we just we stomp it back into the grave. Get down there! You know, I didn't realize how many round guys there were in Gen 2.
Toss him up there, Shannon. And put a Azumarill in the probably category.
You aren't certain you could take an Azumarill?
No, Shannon, he's got huge power. Where is he storing that? I don't trust him.
The biceps just pop out of his sides like, it's been in here the whole time. Okay, Sudowoodo is a rock pretending to be a tree. I think it's unlikely we could beat that.
I don't know. We could just, use its own weight against him. Maybe, push him down a flight of stairs and he breaks in half.
Where are you getting a flight of stairs in the middle of a fight?
I don't know. I'm doing my best here, okay? I assume I could use my environment.
But if he's pretending to be a tree, why would he be, stationed in an office?
Oh no, she's pretending. He's not good. I don't know.
Didn't quite get the incognito down.
He saw a bonsai tree in the window and was like, I gotta get in there and see this guy. Politoed is a yes.
Why?
It's a frog, and it doesn't even have a dual typing. It's just a water frog. So basically, we're fighting an animal that already exists that I'm confident I could beat.
Even if it's, big? If it's large? Can you beat a large frog, Peter?
How large?
Politoed size.
Oh, no. Never mind.
Okay, the Hoppip line is an easy triple yes.
All I have to do is hope that there's a light breeze while we fight, and I won't even have to deal with them. And if not, I can just go...
Alright, I don't know about Apom, though. It has that big creepy hand on its tail.
Yeah, and monkeys are really agile. I don't know if we'd be able to hit it before it hits us in the face.
Okay, Apom's a hard maybe then. And that's being generous.
Yeah, generous to us. Sunkern.
Do we even need to debate that? Look at him.
Yeah, Sunkern needs its own special category. Just touching it with our cursor was enough to faint it.
Oh, geez, sorry, guy. Sunflower is also a yes, and the look on its face tells me it would enjoy it.
We probably don't beat Yanma, if I'm being honest. This thing is whipping around all over the place. We'd never catch it.
Yeah, my experience trying to swat flies buzzing around my head tells me this is a lost cause.
You ever catch one, and then you go to look in your hand, and it flies away, and you're like, no!
Yeah, imagine that with Yanma, except it's
That'd be Yanma, except you grab it, it's just staring you in the face now what?
Yeah, I'm 3 feet long.
It lifts off, and we fly away, never to be seen again.
We also don't beat Wooper.
Why? He doesn't even have arms.
I just can't bring myself to hurt him. I can't do it.
Well, I can.
Peter, if you hurt Wooper, I hurt you.
Well, now you're gonna have to put me in the tier list. Where are you ranking me, Shannon? Hey. Thank you.
I'm just being real. We can definitely beat Quagsire, though.
Oh yeah, so once it evolves, you don't care anymore, hey?
I have no strong feelings one way or the other for Quagsire. It's a downgrade in every way.
It's impossible to improve on perfection, I see.
So what about Espeon?
A psychic cat? I don't think we can handle a regular cat.
A regular cat pushes cups off a counter. A psychic cat pushes us off a cliff.
I think we might be able to take Umbreon, though. I don't think making darkness has much of an effect on humans. Just close your eyes and it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, Dark Pulse is releasing a horrible aura imbued with dark thoughts. That's just your average post on Twitter. Okay, Slowking absolutely destroys us. It's a 6-foot-tall psychic user. We don't even have the advantage of superior intelligence this time.
I'm pretty well sure we never had that advantage, but okay.
Are you implying that we're dumber than a Wooper?
I'm not implying it, I just didn't say it as directly as I should have. It is a fact.
What about Mischievous?
You can't fight a ghost. It says so right there in the type chart.
Okay, well, it's a good thing there's no other ghost types in this gen to tank our stats.
If the ghosts are already technically dead, does that mean we win automatically?
If your toast is already cooked and you toast it again, does a tree fall in the noise forest?
Alrighty.
I think I took a few too many blows to the head.
We've lost too many of these fights, Shannon. There's no situation in which we lose to an unknown. Like, they're just sentient letters. It's like fighting a bowl of alphabet soup.
And that would probably be harder than unknown, because the soup could be hot. Hold on, I think we need to separate unknown into all the letters, because there's one letter I don't think we can beat.
Go on.
We can't take an L, Peter.
Bring me the W. Ooh, Wobbuffet, on the other hand, almost indestructible. Anything we do to it, it's gonna dish back at us twofold.
Then what if I give it a kiss?
Shannon, stop trying to kiss our opponents.
But why lipstick if not to smooch?
Oh, Girafarig is another no. Imagine fighting a horse, but it has 2 heads.
Even worse, imagine fighting a horse, but it has 2 butts.
Oh my god. Imagine fighting a horse with 2 heads and butts for mouths. And it's got a black belt, and a job, and a family. We don't want to do it, Shannon. He's got a family.
These are the experiments Professor Oak doesn't tell us about. Alright, we can defeat a pine cone, but not whatever Fortress is.
Okay, we can defeat a pine cone, but what about a pine co? This guy's basically a Beyblade.
Yeah, but that means if we kick him, he'll go farther.
Because he's spinning?
It's got that centrifugal sport.
Centrifugal sport.
Okay, fine, I'm gonna put it in probably just because. If I talk anymore, I'm gonna sound more like an idiot.
That's superior intelligence coming into play again.
Okay, but what about Fortress? Come on, okay, give.
How do we feel about Dunsparce?
Scared.
Scared?
It's 5 feet long.
Shannon, he's 4'11", 31 pounds. My guy is built like a cardboard box.
Maybe that's why it's done sparse, because there's sparsely any stuff in there.
Nothing to do him. They even knew. They were like, are we done with this guy? They're like, no. You still gotta name him.
He's done, but he's sparse.
It's done. It's pretty sparse, but he is done. Gligar.
Nope, not a chance. If a Gligar comes at me, I'm just giving up immediately.
Shannon, hear me out on this one. I think I could take a Steelix in a fight.
In what possible scenario could you defeat a 900-pound snake?
In my imagination, where anything's possible.
Well, this is real life, Peter, where we're challenging magical creatures to fistfights.
Yes, you're right, I'm sorry. How could I have been so ridiculous?
Snubbull might be doable, unless it has that rabid chihuahua energy. So this could go either way, I think.
Yeah, but Granbull definitely doesn't go either way. We would not stand a chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to try.
My puppy bites me and I bleed. Granbull bites me and I disintegrate.
I doubt we beat a Quillfish either. It's covered in spikes. We wouldn't even be able to safely hit it.
Yeah, but we don't need to hit it. We just grab it by the tail and do the Flintstones thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Quillfish is a probable win then.
Yeah, I could beat a fish. Well, sharks are fish. I couldn't beat all the fish. I could beat some fish. Maybe not the pointy ones. Actually, I don't know. Quillfish, maybe not. I'm starting to rethink this.
Yeah, you're starting to spiral, Peter.
Oh, and Scissor's an absolute loss. Same with Shuckle.
Actually, I think we beat Shuckle.
What?
It only has ridiculous defenses because of its shell. And assuming that Scissor didn't already chop off our limbs, we could just reach in and pull Shuckle out of there.
Gross. You gotta cover all the holes and then blow on the back one. And he just flies out and splats into a wall.
I don't really want to put my mouth on there. Well, actually, people drink the juice out of there, so...
Yeah, maybe do the front one and blow him out the back, so, you know, you're not putting your lips where he extrudes.
You go put your mouth down in the front hole, he just gives you a little kiss. Okay, what about Heracross?
Heracross is an actual fighting Pokemon. Maybe if you gave me like 5 years to train, I'd stand a chance, but otherwise, absolutely not.
I think it's unlikely we beat Sneasel in a fight, just because of those claws.
Yeah, I'm personally a big fan of keeping my limbs intact.
But Teddy Ursa is basically a free win.
And then Ursa Ring comes out, sees what we did, and stomps us into oblivion.
Slugma and Magcargo are impossible to beat because they are made of lava. We wouldn't even be able to touch them.
I mean, we could. Only once.
Well, I wouldn't count it as a win if we die in the process. That's kind of just like a draw.
It's a draw, but, you know, we round up. 50% rounds to 1, so that's a victory for us. We definitely take Swinub. It looks exactly like a football. It's perfect for kicking.
Yeah, if you don't have a soul.
Shannon, it's literally called a pigskin.
Okay, well, what about Piloswine then?
Oh, I'm not sure about Piloswine. He's got a lot of fluff to soften our blows, and he can retaliate with, like, ice attacks and horns.
I'm sticking Piloswine in the maybe category.
Corsola is probably an easy win. We could just, like, snap the coral right off its head.
Yeah, the actual hard part comes later when we have to deal with the blowback from conservation groups.
Oh, God, we're not wealthy enough to get away with this, Shannon.
Remoraid is literally just a fish. And the last time I checked, I can easily beat up a fish.
The last time you checked, what do you mean?
Octillery! What do you think about Octillery?
No, what do you mean? Did you have a list of fish you can beat up, Shannon?
What do you think about Octillery? Look at this guy.
Handsome man. I eat calamari, not all the time, but enough that this Octillery would probably be very upset. I think we could take him.
So he's not going to use the rage against you?
Oh, he's going to be angry, see, and it's going to cloud his judgment. And then I'll get the high ground, and well, we go from there.
That's why we said it's a maybe.
As long as I get the high ground on this, I could beat any of these Pokemon.
Good luck getting the high ground against Noctowl. You're just in space. Okay, what about Delibird?
What about him? He's a bird that gives out presents. I've got one for you too, Delibird. It is my fist.
So at first glance, I was going to say yes to Mantine, but it's actually 6 feet long and 500 pounds.
My God, what is this guy, a fridge? Actually, if that's the case, I'm going to put him in the no category because there were at least 163 refrigerator-related deaths between the year of 1956 and 64.
Is that the only time data was available?
Shannon, it's the first thing that came up when I Googled refrigerator deaths, okay?
Alright, so what about Skarmory then? That's just a sky refrigerator, right?
That's a big bird, man. If I had a bird that big in my life, I would... I think we may be able to take Houndour, if we're lucky.
Well, it can shoot fire, so we would get severely burned.
Yeah, but that's not the question we're answering here. It's which Pokemon could we beat, not which Pokemon could we beat without any injuries.
Say that again while you're in your hospital bed.
If I'm getting put in a hospital bed, it's by Houndoom, not Houndour.
Why?
Oh, because Houndoom is a nurse. Works at the hospital.
Then why would he be putting you in the hospital?
On account of all the fridges I'm losing fights to.
Alright, well, hear me out for this one. I think we stand a chance against Kingdra.
Go on.
Well, I mean, it has no limbs. All its attacks would come from its nose. Oh. So as long as we stay out of that line of sight, I think we're good.
Okay, so if we beat Kingdra, I definitely think we beat Phanpy. But not a Donphan.
Oh, definitely. Even without those tusks, Donphan takes us for a ride.
Trying to fight Donphan would be like running full force at a tractor tire. You're getting mushed.
You gotta get the soft underbelly.
Of a tractor tire?
Yeah, it's you, under the tractor
We're
tire.
the soft underbelly?
So what do we think about Porygon 2?
Well, it's sleek and sporty. I don't think we get a good grip on it.
It's like a wrestler greasing up before a big fight.
A wrestler greasing up, but also making its neck very small.
Try to choke slam me, I dare ya.
No, it would be... He already did the work for us. We do not beat Stantler, but Smeargle is an easy win.
Smeargle actually wants to lose to help cultivate its image as a pained artist.
No, trust me, I'm gonna bring the pain.
Tyrogue is a fighting Pokemon, but looks like he skips every day at the gym except for glutes and thighs day.
So as long as we avoid his hip thrusts, we'll be fine.
I think that's just generally good advice.
What about Hitmontop?
I mean, after my experience playing with Beyblades in 3rd grade, I think it's safe to say Hitmontop destroys us. So what about Miltank?
It's like I always say, Shannon. If you fight a cow, the only one getting milked is you.
You should say something else.
Oh. How about if you fight a cow?
No. I'm putting Miltank in probably not, and we're moving on. I don't want to hear what else you've got.
The next one was really good. Anyway.
Okay, so you can say it just for me.
I didn't have anything.
Blissey seems tough because it's got a lot of health, but I mean, it only has 10 physical defense, so we definitely win against it.
Yeah, we throw just like one light punch at Blissey and writhes for about 5 minutes before finally fainting.
Oh god, should have brought a book.
Yeah, this is the worst part of the game. I'm going to say something that's going to disappoint a lot of people. All 5 legendaries absolutely wreck us.
Yeah, that's not even up for debate.
It's not. Actually, you know what? I don't think we win against any of the remaining Pokemon. I genuinely, looking at the list, yikes.
Well, I mean, the Larvitar line I get because they're made of rocks. But what about Celebi? I think we could beat Celebi, though.
No, Celebi can time travel. If it loses a fight, it'll just go back and keep trying until it doesn't lose.
Or worse yet, just go back in time and stop us from even being born.
Oh, yeah, that would be... Wait, what's happening?
Peter?
Shannon, I'm fading.
Me too. Celebi!
Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more ridiculous Pokemon videos.